Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to...
Rating Red Flag SKZ songs.
What does that mean?
Red Flag Stray Kids songs. Now, what is Red Flag? I have no idea.
Stray Kids and love, they don't really go together. For whatever reason, it's just not a theme that they explore often, which is confusing to me. Not
Do
because
they?
I'm a
Can you think of a love
fan.
song?
I am.
I can! What are you talking about?
Case 143? Okay.
Case 143?
Yeah, case 143. 143 means I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But because love is one of the most ubiquitous themes in art, that
I feel like in K-pop you can't do that because the files, the fans are delusional. They're like,
I don't feel like it's ever direct.
It's like remember every time it's like, oh, there's a love interest, and then in the comments they're like, oh, they're singing about the fans. Like really?
especially music. It's not the most popular theme. That goes to love's distant, but not as distant as we'd all like it to be, cousin, Heartbreak. But it is very close at second place. I'm pulling these numbers from a 2014 study in the Journal of Advertising Research that analyzed the lyrics of songs that reached #1 on Billboard's
That's
Pop 100 list
interesting.
between 1960 and 2009. Subsequent studies have largely agreed that the list is as follows. Number 1, as expected, Heartbreak. Number 2, Desire. These are categorized as songs talking about
when you think of
sex,
Heartbreak, you think of the Taylor Swifts, the Adeles. Who else does Heartbreak?
Greek, the whole Greek music.
Oh, yes.
Lust and love. Number 3, Who Cares? Number 4. Number 5, I'm not reading out the whole list. I've already made my point.
Hey,
To
Domino.
really drive it home,
He's just being funny.
Stray Kids have 191 songs. For fans, that number might seem a little low, and that's because I went through the effort of sorting out the different language versions, the compilation
actually quite
albums
high
of Skiz 2020 and
for a
Skiz
short period of
2021,
time.
and I didn't include the Skiz record songs that weren't a part of their Skiz replay release,
Skiz.
mostly because I was lazy. The point is, I slimmed it down to the number of unique songs that Stray Kids have released, out of which they have 40 quote-unquote love songs, and that was after I stretched the definition of love to its limit, which accounts for about 20% of their discography. Realistically, it's not a bad percentage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Except when you consider that half of those love songs are the worst red flags known to man.
Really?
And the rest teeter on the edge of being romantic and lovelorn. My point being, Stray Kids don't really fall into the trope of writing the stereotypical love songs you'd expect. They've carved out a niche for themselves by embracing themes common in the cultural zeitgeist with their own unique twist. So when they do tackle love, it's often from a less conventional angle. At least from a K-pop perspective. But don't get me wrong, this isn't a meat riding video. The twist in question isn't some artsy, avant-garde take on love, where they're pondering the complexities of human connection through poetic metaphors. No, they're out here writing fuckboy anthems about cheating, situationships, codependency, gaslighting, and more, dressed up behind a catchy hook. Nor are they the only K-pop group to do these kinds of songs. They're just the only one I've seen do it over and over and over again. They might be trying to tell us something, y'all, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't read. It's almost like they took the K-drama trope of the charming but problematic male lead and decided to make a whole catalog out of it. It's chaotic, it's a little toxic, but damn if it isn't entertaining. So in light of this realization, I thought it'd be fun to do a drive-by rating of these songs based on their toxicity. I'll be giving each song on a scale of 1 to 5 red flags, each tier being worse than the last. 1 red flag. This is like colorblind territory. This is I can change him territory.
Oh,
This
no.
is hints of a little
It's for the streets
jealousy
for me.
or possessiveness, but it's like still borderline romantic. Like someone just needs to take a chill pill. 2 flags. Now we're getting somewhere. You're starting to see some questionable behavior here, but it's not a total deal breaker yet. A little emotional manipulation here and there, the ideal amount if you ask me, but to each their own. 3 flags. Welcome to Drama Central. This is where you start sending screenshots to the group chat asking, is this normal? And then getting back a chorus of, girl, no. It's
I'm
messy.
different.
It's full
Girl, no.
at this point. Honestly, anything that makes you question your self-respect.
This is
but I'm vibing with it
interesting.
because
I
it
hope
is
she
my
does
country in
this
the first
more
place.
with like
4
other
flags. The flags are
artists as well.
She might be a Stray Kids fan though. I don't know.
Oh,
Let me see.
this is very interesting.
Stan list.
Tell me the tea.
Old Stray Kids, Stan, Zero Response, CSR, and Billy. Casually listen to. Yeah, so she's like old, ultra Stan for Stray Kids only, I guess.
are loud and proud. At this point, even your messiest friends would tell you to run. full-blown gaslighting, codependency, and the kind of lyrical content that might have you reconsidering your life choices. And finally, 5 flags. This is a toxic wasteland. It's not fun here anymore. It's not just a red flag. The goddamn red carpet's been rolled out for you. So before anyone decides to be a knucklehead and take this seriously, don't. It's all fun and games, and maybe a learning moment. You know, big sis wire shred does tend to pop out at moments. I can't help it. Anyway, let's start with a controversial one to spice things up. Now, hear me out. On Track does deserve to be on this list and doesn't get nearly as much flack as it should. And I think it's because of the unreliable narrator communicating his feelings in an altruistic way. Most people walk away thinking that it's just a love song about a one-sided crush, and I vehemently disagree.
I remember this one.
Yeah, we reacted to On Track. I remember that. I wish she put the lyrics on there. Because I didn't know where, the song was in Korean.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, when you read the subtitles, you catch like something. But yeah, I wish you put the lyrics.
Interested in something like that, I recommend Sorry I Love You. That fits the description more, where one friend develops feelings for another, nothing comes of it, and the narrator ends up regretting it. This roided up version of that situation, or I guess I Love You is the tamer version, since that came later. Regardless, On Track has a similar setup. The lyrics are pretty cut and dry, that the narrator had feelings for another person, that he doesn't express to them, and in not doing so, allows their relationship to fade. However, the expectations and weight put on this flimsy connection between them is way too much, way too soon. He's up here saying things like, I can never let you go, and I can't live without you, to someone he never even confessed to, let alone dated. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, that's like the first love, like when you're young, it's like, oh, it feels like such a big deal. It's like, oh my God, I get it.
You can build strong friendships that become.
I feel like there's anyone who creates an image in their mind about a person they haven't really talked to get to know.
Right.
That can happen at all ages.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's like the first love because they haven't experienced the relationship yet. They don't understand how eventually you can live without the other person, and shit goes south. You kind of in your head you imagine it all perfect, all ideal. So I get it. It's not a red flag to me. It's just, to me, it's just not a red flag. It's just being young.
But developing such strong romantic feelings before you even know how that person operates in a romantic context is wild to me. It's something I've never understood. I'm not talking about having a cute crush on your friend. I'm talking about being head over heels in love with them. Most of the time, this kind of intense feeling is built off fantasies of how you think that person will be in a relationship rather than how they actually are.
True.
And let's be real. You can
Honestly, I think what she's saying kind of applies to a lot of K-pop stans, though. They get in love with the idol, and they're like, "Oh, I can't live without them." I think
absolutely live without that person.
But it's to me, it's different when you feel that way about someone, like in your class that you constantly talk to, you just haven't confessed the feelings, versus someone who doesn't even know you exist. To me, that's different.
The song and everything.
Because even
but that person that's in your class doesn't know you exist in that kind of set.
Doesn't have to be. Maybe you just have never had a conversation. Because I would feel like in most cases they talk to you, so there's some sort of flirting or something going on at least. Because otherwise, if there's nothing going on whatsoever, if you're just like, oh, pass me the pen, and that's it.
Oh my God, that was his pen.
Yeah, then okay, yeah, that's weird. But if there's a little flirting going on and you just haven't told the person.
How do you pray back?
What that?
Pass. Okay, so pass. Here's the pen.
I don't know.
Here's your pen again.
Needs to be cranked up to a 10, but realistically, you can walk away and be fine. It'll hurt, but you'd be surprised what you can live without. All in all, it's classic teenage romanticization that just needs to take a chill pill. One flag. Hey, remember that whole romanticizing a relationship before it even begins only sets you up for failure thing I just talked about? Well, Beanie sees that very concept come to fruition. Most of the song is centered around the narrator leaving their partner after being neglected, saying things like, I was in pain when I tried to search for you. When I look back now, I realize you weren't even there. So clearly, things didn't go well. For the most part, the song is very cold to their ex, wanting to throw them away and seeing the end of the relationship as a relief rather than grieving it. The specifics aren't really given until the second verse, where the narrator explains that the only story I dreamed of ended as just a scribble, a pointless conclusion I wrote out choked by this obsession. We were building a sandcastle in a field of snow. The narrator realizes too late that their idealized version of the relationship was never real. It was just a fantasy that couldn't survive the reality of who they were with. If you try to shape someone into your perfect partner instead of accepting them for who they are, you're setting yourself up for disappointment and heartbreak. At worst, this is hopefully someone learning a very valuable lesson to not try and fit an unsuspecting person into the mold of what you want of and from them. 2 flags. So, have you ever wanted the song version of this meme?
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Well, now you have it. Congrats. A mildly infuriating argument that shouldn't be nearly as universal as it is. 1 flag.
Will she do Lose My Breath? I hope so.
But we don't know that song either, the previous
I hope
one.
no one is surprised to see red lights on this list. I don't need to do any in-depth analysis of the
Ooh,
lyrics
so many
because
flags.
they're literally screaming toxicity at you.
So
the
many
biggest
flags.
issue is purely the loss of
I'm
independence.
trying to see if you reacted to Red. The name is familiar, but I don't recognize the visuals.
The visuals.
I know modern stories will tell you that abandoning yourself for another person is meant to be charming. It's not. Relying on another person so heavily for your emotional stability and well-being creates a perfect environment to be taken advantage of or dragged into a whole load of bullshit. It's not cute. It's pathetic. And let's be real. People interpret those red lights as a sexy vibe, but they're also blatantly ignoring the big neon sign of danger. Stop, turn around, and maybe even hit the gas and speed out of there. 4 flags.
Yeah, we need lyrics because I don't know what she's talking about really. Like I would love to see what they exactly are saying because there's lyrics are also often up for interpretation, especially when they're in a foreign language.
Sure.
So I'd love to see it on the screen in front of me how I interpret it because my interpretation from her could be different.
You know what's
Because some stuff what she said I disagree with. She said that depending on another person is bad. I don't think it's bad in a relationship to depend on someone. I feel like you need to because otherwise if you're independent, why are you in the relationship?
Yeah.
Just be by yourself.
worse than being in a toxic relationship? Being fully aware that it's toxic.
I
And
guess maybe she's young, at that age when they're like, I don't know, 18, 19, maybe depending on another person is a little too early in a relationship, but I don't know.
And to what levels? Because I can't live without you. That's too dependent.
Yeah, but when you get older, start living with someone, have kids, you depend on them. Like like you have to depend on you codependent. You depend on each other, not you depend on they depend on you. So it's
staying anyway. Venom is basically a theme song for those people who thrive on chaos. The ones who see
we
argument
reacted to Venom. I remember the name.
and
But it
passive
was, I think, a Lollapalooza performance.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know the lyrics.
aggressive comments as some sort of twisted relationship glue. It's like they're convinced that the constant drama is just foreplay with extra steps. The song doesn't explicitly say it, but let's be real. What else could they be talking about other than dancing the mattress mambo? They're trapped and they like it. It doesn't take a genius to connect those dots. But really, you could just save yourself the trouble, embrace a little solitude. Less drama, more sanity. 3 flags. I hate to admit, it's a simple song that gets a very simple message across. The relationship is over, and yet I'm still here despite not wanting to be. If I continue making arbitrary connections between songs, I'd call this the aftermath of Venom. The roller coaster of emotions that you get with someone volatile makes a lot of people perceive the returning to that relationship as proof of how strong the connection is, rather than the damaging cycle of trauma it is. Once the adrenaline is gone, you see it for what it really is. Just pain. 2 flags. Chill is just passive aggressiveness distilled into a song. We've got 2 people who are so done with each other that they've practically planned a whole choreography around calling it quits. It's like watching 2 people trying to break up in the most roundabout way possible, where they keep pretending they care about each other's feelings,
It's
but
interesting
really
to hear her describe the lyrics, but yet we only see the guys, we don't ever see the love interest. That is always so interesting.
That
for
is
me.
true. No, for me it's really hard to comment because I don't know what they're actually saying. I really need a snippet of the lyrics at least.
They're just relieved to be getting out. Instead of tears and drama, they're arguing about who gets to erase the other first like it's a competition. Frequently, there are lines suggesting that fundamental incompatibilities have strained the relationship. Instead of addressing these differences early on, it seems like both parties have let things fester.
But honestly, I feel like I see why the relationships don't last nowadays anymore. Because, the youth, everything is red flag to them. Because half of the shit she's talking about to me is just normal.
Or it's like popular to say red flag, red flag.
Yeah, red flag. Like, it's not red flag. Nothing is ever gonna be perfect. If you're looking for perfection, 0 red flags, good luck. You're gonna die alone.
I wonder what were they saying before red flag?
I don't know. I feel like this red flag thing came up with the social media because even on Reddit, if you go like on subreddit relationship issues, any little thing, oh, break up, oh, have to cut.
Oh, even with music, when we react to an artist and I like the artist and the fans like that I like the artist and you don't like the artist.
Oh yeah, you need to break up. Okay.
Leading to a cold.
Yeah, just like I feel like the relationships nowadays is like lost the meaning of a relationship.
Lost the seriousness.
Yeah, it lost the seriousness. Everything is just so like, oh, red flag. The person can't get. They broke up, and the person can't move on because they're struggling. Which to me is completely normal. If you were with someone for fucking 2-3 years, I think it's normal to not be able to move. Oh, it's a red flag.
But it's interesting we get 2 extremes. It's like, okay, it's toxic to the point where you can't live without the person, but then it's toxic to the point where, okay, we could just break up like that.
Yeah, to me that is toxic. When you're just apathetic about breaking up, you're like one little issue and you break up and you don't care. That is a red flag to me.
Detached relationship where they're just going through the motions. There is such a thing as caring about another person's feelings too much. It leads people to stay in relationships like this out of obligation.
Like, everything she's saying sounds good on paper, but I want to see it happen in real life.
Or fear of change rather than genuine affection. Rather than a conscious effort to be a terrible person, it can be chalked up to poor communication skills. But you did waste everybody's time by letting it get this bad, so 2 flags. I'm gonna be honest, Deep End is the only track with 5 flags. Sorry to spoil the whole video like that. Whereas other songs deal with lighter topics.
I lose my breath when you walking in. There's no flags. What? The person's in love. What flags? They depend on the other person too much. They need to breathe.
No, that's why I'm curious. Because I know the lyrics for this one, so I can be able to understand her rating system, you know?
Or even depict the narrator as being on the end of the messy behavior. There is no levity or, frankly, analysis needed here. It's just a bad time all around. Even the instrumental is just a haunting piano. It gets a little too real at times. That being said, let's go back to, the hip-thrusting sad music, please. This might be the one that pisses me off the most, affectionately. Not because of personal experiences, of course not. Happy is about Han. I can say Han, it's a solo song of his. Reminiscing on a past relationship, taking responsibility, supposedly, and laying the blame for the failure of it on himself. He's wishing the girl happiness without him, and whatever she decides to do with her life, his only wish is that she continues smiling. Until the bridge, where he's basically saying, fuck all that shit I said, I didn't mean it, please come back, please, I've changed, I swear I've changed, please baby, please. Sorry about that. Stick to the script next time. 1 flag. Oh.
No, but once again, I don't see that as toxic. That's a very natural stage of going through the heartbreak. You do want her wish best, but at the same time, you're like, fuck, I still love her. I can't, that's natural emotions. Like, eventually you'll be able to, get over it, and you just wish her luck. But that initial stage, you still want her. Like, if you are able to just cut off a person like that, oh, good luck, bye, I wish you best. To me, that's a sociopath. Like, you never had a fucking attachment to her then. But that's what it is. Yeah. You were never attached to that person. You just cut it off like with a scissor, snip. And no feelings, no love lost. Oh, cool, yeah, good luck, I wish you best. The fuck is that? That's red flag.
Oh my god.
We should do videos
it's
of
you, it's me
red flag, green
flag. I'm not joking. The title is literally Don't Let Me Love You. It's full of lyrics acknowledging how bad of a person the narrator is. Imagine knowing you ain't shit, doing nothing about it, and then placing the responsibility of not hurting other people because of said behavior on others. I'm my Papa Blood Vessel. Such a shame that it's a fucking bop. 3 flags. The virtue of songs like Collision lies in realizing that maybe Don't Let Me Love You's narrator wasn't that bad. At least he had the decency to, not lie about his fuckery.
I think what's interesting is, the plots that they come up with their songs. I wonder, it's how much is the fairy tale? How much of it's actually real?
No idea.
What is worse than a douchebag? A douchebag who gaslights you into thinking you were the problem. Predictably, Collision's narrator wants to conveniently forget about all the couple's issues and just go back to the day we loved. Makes me want to puke. Unfortunately, I am a Collision defender. One of the best tracks on 5-star. Yeah, but you can't be awake at all hours of the day. Four Flags. We're finally here, y'all. The song that inspired this video. I Like It touches on a brand of shady shit we haven't discussed yet, but it honestly...
You know the song, but only the chorus I remember. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, ooh, I like it. But you know, the Korean parts, I don't know what they're saying.
It depends on whether or not you have an issue with casually dating someone. And when I say casually dating, I do mean like a situationship. Frequently throughout the song, they're like...
Now, to me, the existence of situationship is a red flag, period.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what are
But I don't think casually dating is not the same as situationship. I think situationship is just you guys are just sleeping together.
And casually dating, what
You gone on a few dates, but you don't know, like, I don't know.
Enjoy the moment. That's just a code word for I don't want to commit. And to Stray Kids' credit, it seems like the members themselves can't decide if they like the concept either.
I like it 은 나쁜 사람이 진짜 나쁜 사람들이고 맞아요. 에? 좋아하는 게 좋아하는 수 맞아. 그러니까 나는 너를 책임질 수 없지만 아니야 그런 뜻이 아니라고. 이 주제는 상비.
Okay, now I remember. I think we did the lyric video. I remembered. I think he talked about it in the reaction. I remember.
이해가 안 돼. 그냥 진짜 이해가 안 돼. 진짜 이해가 안 돼. 그게 사랑인가요?
But I'm not asking their opinion in this video, just mine. So they get 4 flags. Now stay the hell away from me with that shit. We've finally arrived to...
Yeah, that song. Now that I remember, yeah, these are 4 or 5 flags. Yeah, that was the whole. Oh, I like it, but let's not love each other. It's just
And the Manchan's sitting there like, I'm not saying anything.
Patient 0. X, or Crazy Bastard, when it's not being censored, depicts the narrator again lamenting a past relationship. Damn, that's all they fucking do in these songs. Anyway, they cheated. It's said pretty explicitly. We could get into the weeds of whether emotional cheating is as bad as physical cheating, but I don't want to because I'm not stupid and already have an answer. It is. But now I'm revisiting the lyrics, and it occurs to me that they have the balls to ask the girl to come back? Why didn't I remember this? Hello? 5 flags, just for the audacity. And now they turned me into a liar too, damn it. And that's the selection of songs
I wanted her to do I Just Wait,
honestly.
But I don't think there's anything.
I just want to hear
either
the
they
song.
coincide too closely with the song I've already listed here, or the subtext of toxicity is too ambiguous even for me to psychoanalyze something out of it. So, no part 2.
I guess
Because for me, I know that Lose My Breath didn't go over so well in Korea. I don't know how international fans took it, if they liked it. All I knew was I liked it, and I wanted to know her interpretation of that song as a fan.
Oh well.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And share as much kindness as possible.